What is up, everyone? Dylan Christie with DC Fitness, and today we're going to run through the last workout of my push legs pull split of part 1, and today is going to be the pull day. Like I said in my last video, I think my back and my abs are the most developed on my body, so you guys are going to have some really good content coming, so stay tuned. So to start things off in the pull workout, we'll be focusing on back. And I actually break my back workout into 2 different days, focusing one on thickness and the other on width. And in part 1, we'll be focusing on thickness. And the same thing goes for biceps. One day I'm focusing on building up the bicep long head, and the other is just building up mass in the bicep as a whole. And on the ab days, I just work different variations to shock the muscle. So to start things off, I am doing barbell rows. And as you can see, I am going pretty heavy, doing this for 5 sets of 5. I actually noticed my form isn't actually the greatest thing, and actually I find this extremely beneficial. Not only in helping you guys, but I'm also helping myself because I can never stop learning. So what I really want to focus on, and I'll show you this in the next videos, is keeping my torso from moving up and down a little bit more. This exercise is so great because, like I said, it just really works the overall back. The heavy compound movement, working the lats, the traps, the rear delts, the lower back, and it's just an overall great muscle building exercise. Alright guys, so on to the second exercise. We are doing cable lat pull downs, and this is probably one of my favorite exercises for building up the mass and building that width in that back. As you can see here, it's really critical how you position your body. I'm at a 45-degree angle and keeping a nice arch in my back, and I'm having my arms straight rather than bent, so it just totally isolates the lats rather than using my triceps. And as you guys can see, I pull back and my shoulder blades are literally contracting all the way back. If you guys do this with good form, you will see better width and thickness in your back. Now on to another row exercise, and in this row exercise I'm specifically focusing on form rather than just pulling the weight up like I did in my first exercise. And this specific one is single arm cable row, and I did this for 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps. I really just try and focus on that really good stretch in the lats and that middle back and contracting. And when I'm doing this, I really try and pull back with my elbows rather than pulling back with my bicep. If I pull back like this, pulling back with my elbows, my bicep is not being activated. But if I pull like this, my bicep is completely activated, and we're working the back. So make sure you have good form in this exercise, feel the stretch, and just feel that muscle work. So like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm focusing on back thickness, which is why I work my traps in this specific part 1 of the split. I used to work my traps in the shoulder when I did shoulders in the past, which is completely wrong because a trap is down the middle of your back. And I did this exercise for 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps. And there's other variations to this which I will break into in my further videos. But what I'm doing is I hold the dumbbells on the side and just really focus on squeezing up the traps. For the last exercise, I'm doing reverse machine flies, and I'm doing this for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. And what this does is it really just isolates that middle back and works the traps, and it also works the rear delts. In the past, I would never isolate my rear delts on back day until I did my research and found out that rear delts is primarily used on back day, so it's good to isolate them and work them a little bit more on back day. And I actually isolate my rear delts as well during shoulder day since I'm doing it twice a week. Alright guys, so funny story. The first time I actually started promoting my channel and doing videos, the fire alarm actually goes off in LA Fitness. Never happened before. It was extremely odd. So my bicep and my ab workout are actually going to be at a separate gym, which is why you guys are going to notice the change of scenery. And it's just a little gym at my apartment complex, so it's nothing too special. So I really had to be creative and find some exercises to do that would work to finish off my workout. So on to biceps. To start things off, I did dumbbell hammer curls, and as you can see, I am going pretty heavy. I'm doing 50 pounds, and I did this for 5 sets of 5 reps on each arm. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm working the bicep long head, and this exercise is probably one of the best ways to do that. Another great way to build up that bicep long head is doing cable hammer curls. And I did this for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, really just focusing on that squeeze and really focusing on feeling the tension throughout the whole exercise. Now since I had just done 2 exercises working the bicep long head, I really just want to focus on working the bicep as a whole. So what I did was just regular curls up. However, when I was at the very top, I just twisted my forearms and slowly went down, and this basically just isolates the forearms and basically just get a good, nice forearm workout while doing some biceps. And I did this for, I believe, 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps as well. On to working the abdominals. This is probably one of the hardest exercises you can do to build up your abs, and this is basically hanging leg raises. And what I do is I come all the way up and just really focus on crunching my abs and bringing my knees in. I see this done wrong all the time, where people just bring their legs up but aren't contracting their abs. If you don't contract your abs and squeeze, you'll receive no muscle growth. And if you guys are struggling with this, if it's a little too challenging for you, just hang and just focus on bringing your knees up without being your legs straight, and just, like I said, contract your abs as hard as possible. Now on to cable crunches. I did this for 3 sets of 15 reps, and this is such a great exercise just for keeping the constant tension. I also see this exercise done wrong all the time, and that's because when people are crunching, they are moving their butts back, which eliminates working the abs. So when you're doing this, just make sure your legs are constant the whole time, and that way you're just going up to a nice stretch in your abs and contracting down. And when you're contracting down, like I said, make sure your hips are staying in place. Guys, if you want a good set of abdominal muscles, it's really important to work your obliques, and this is a great exercise for doing that. What I do is I basically attach a cable to one of my legs, and this will be, and whatever cable the leg is attached to, that's the side it's going to be working. So as you can see here, I was working my right oblique, and I did this for 3 sets of 15 reps, and once I was done, I just attach it to the next leg and work that left oblique. So to finish my ab exercise off, I like to work some core, and this is a great exercise for that. I'm doing medicine ball curls, and what I'm doing is really just focusing on squeezing the abs as much as possible and feeling them work. A key aspect to this exercise is make sure you bring your hips up and your knees into your chest. That way you can just activate squeezing your abs as much as possible. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of our push legs pull split of part 1. And in my next videos I'm going to post some different content just to break it up. And I think I'm going to save the part 2 of the split from when I'm back home in the Bahamas, just so you could get a different idea of what some gyms look like in different parts of the world. There's one very nice gym at a resort that I'll be going to, and there's another one that's like a typical old school bodybuilding gym. Like dumbbells go up to 150 pounds, it's pretty badass, and you really get in the zone when you're in there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the split. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment boxes. Ask me questions. And please like and subscribe, guys. It really helps me out. Take it easy. Thanks.